Hannah and Cailin, back again with Double Talk. I'm Hannah. And I'm Cailin, and we're at Sardi's in New York City for the all-nighter press day.
Running through the spring at the Newman Mills Theatre, the Robert W. Wilson MCC Theatre Space, All-Nighter follows a tight-knit group of roommates as they pull one last all-nighter to complete their final assignments. The show features an all-star cast including Kristine Froseth, Havana Rose Lou, Julia Lester, Alyah Channelle Scott, and Kathryn Gallagher. We caught up with Kathryn and Alyah at the show's press day at Sardi's. Listen in.
Oh my goodness, it's like being in a group of people who know you better than yourself.
So in celebration of all-nighter, can you tell us about your own personal, most memorable all-nighter?
I don't know if I've really pulled any all-nighters, and if I have, I've deeply regretted them.
For me, a lot of times, it's like I don't plan it. Like, I just look at the clock and it's like, that never happens.
I stay up till like 1 and I'm stressed out. But you know, Ben's bachelor party, I stayed up pretty late, and that was a slumber party. So that if I'm staying up and chatting with people, I can make it kind of till late.
That party did seem like a blast. Yeah.
Oh, it was
I was living vicariously. Yeah.
Best time. That was good.
I think I pulled all-nighters in college, but mostly I was going to bed still. Like, I was working until 5 a.m. and then going to bed. But I wasn't, like, staying awake the entire
does that
night.
count? I think that counts.
That counts, right?
Was the sun up?
Yeah.
Until 5 a.m. That counts. Okay, that counts.
Okay, then I am so crazy and I love pulling all-nighters.
But you were working, right?
I was working,
If we pulled all-nighters, we were just messing around. So this is actually very impressive.
That's incredible.
Yeah. How is it different acting for stage than it is on screen?
There isn't one, really. I think there's a routine you have to get into to maintain 8 shows a week, where you really have to, you know, find ways to keep the story fresh and to show up, and on screen, you know, you sort of get one chance to get the perfect take, but at the end of the day, you're just telling a story. I think theater requires a little bit more like daily physical maintenance to like make sure every day when you wake up you can get up and you can do the show, and you can, so you sort of have to find a routine that supports the show you're doing at night. But then again, working on screen does too. It just changes more. So,
That's such a good point. Like, theater actors can't pull all-nighters.
Exactly. We cannot be pulling all-nighters. I go home and I'm asleep by 10 o'clock. Yeah.
You have to be what's the word? Disciplined. There you go. I've been saying, like, I feel like a lot of my most memorable all-nighters, like, aren't even going out or staying up later. Like, a lot of it is just sitting around a table and talking with friends. Like, that can be so memorable. So tell me about the dynamic between this group of roommates and what they bring out in each other over the course of the all-nighter, without giving too much away, obviously.
Yeah, I think that when you find that safe space in college or, you know, in your community, you do everything you can to keep that together and to maintain it and to keep your safe space, because who knows when you're going to find that again, you know? As you get older, it's so much scarier to make friends. It is. The idea that you go out into the real world in a week, and until then you just have to like hone in this special safe world you've created, and how do you do that is special.
It kind of reminds me of The Breakfast Club in the sense that like the entire story takes place in one location, right? What do you think it is about those stories that is special? Because I mean, it stands the test of time, really, the concept.
It's a great question. I think so often we get used to these sort of like blockbusters and these big, where the stakes are high because the stake is the world ending. But at the end of the day, like the stakes of like keeping your family of friends safe are just as fucking high. Sorry, excuse my French. The stakes of like being a young woman entering the world, a lot of it does feel like the world ending, and a lot of it is like you're learning how to exist, and as a young woman you're really taught to like not make waves, to not be too loud or be too this, and so the spaces that you can explore what it's like to have needs and wants and desires is in your safe space group of friends, and you know, in the ballroom at your college pulling an all-nighter. And so I think it is, we get a special glimpse into really what it feels like to be a young woman at that like very precarious moment in their life.
You literally just describes why action movies are never as interesting to me as like a story like this. Literally, that's exactly what it is. The stakes do feel higher.
I think that it's like when the stake is the end of the world, that's very clear. But when the stakes are, you know, will I have this safe? Yeah,
it's your personal nightmare.
This world that you've created, it's terrible.